Entertainment Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 3. And I'm not happy right now. It's a good episode. There's nothing wrong with the other parts of the episode, but there's a problem here. And it is Disney are Disneyfying The Clone Wars. Now, Clone Wars used to be an edgy sort of show. It used to have very violent scenes, but they weren't too violent. And now Disney have gone way too far. Now last week with episode 2, they took out the art scene with, Padme. Okay, it doesn't really damage the episode. It's a kind of stupid, like, we have to give in to feminists these days. Fair enough. I can live with it. It's still a stupid thing that happened, but fine. We have to do that. Again, I'm going to be going into spoilers about this episode, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, leave now. But what they've done in this episode is take out a major part of it because it's too violent, apparently, for children. And that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen, is what they've done in this episode. I mean, Disney, I've seen the episode already. I saw it 2015, for God's sake. I know this scene was supposed to be in this fucking episode. But you took it out for no reason other than it's a bit violent. It's only a little violent. And I think kids have seen worse on video games and everything. So, the scene they've taken out is a scene where Tambor gets a Poltac and gets his disintegrator droid and shows the clones what the disintegrator droid can do to the Poltac. Now, you could pretty much say that, yes, this is pretty much a scene of torture or something. But it was not that bad. And by taking a scene out of the fucking episode, it doesn't explain why the clones would be scared of a fucking ball that throws out electricity. Why are the clones trying to escape? Why are the clones fucking... Why is Wrecker getting all crazy about the fucking football droid? You haven't explained it. Like, why didn't fucking Tambor just sending a load of droids? Why is he sending this one experimental droid? Taking that scene out was stupid. And it damages the episode. I mean, I'll give you that. The episode is a good episode. But taking this scene out of the episode was fucking stupid. And it has just shown that we need to now worry about the next few episodes of the Clone Wars now. Because what else has Disney changed that damages episodes? What else has Disney decided is too adult for this show? It's a fucking disgrace. The episode was perfect before Disney damaged it. The scene with the Poltacs explains what the droid is and explains what the droid can do and why the clones should be afraid of it. I mean, why take it out? So, yes, Clone Wars is saved may have been somewhat of a... Well, I wouldn't say it's saved anymore. I'd say we need to be worried now. I think we shot our load off early with that. I know that's a dirty way to say it, but I can't think of a better way. But yes, I don't think the Clone Wars has been saved now. I am really worried what else Disney has screwed around with. I mean, we've seen 2 episodes so far that Disney have messed with. And it's getting worrying now. And I even know that there's an episode coming up with Ahsoka who was supposed to bump into a man. Now she's bumping into a woman. So, yes, they are Disneyfying this show. And it is now doing damage to episodes. So I'm going to go into the episode now, full spoilers now, and that rant's over. But it's beginning to a point now where it's stupid, and Disney have really, really got to stop this. But they own a license, and with all the Palpatine crap going on right now, it doesn't seem likely Disney going to stop mucking around with Star Wars and pretty much destroying it for the next generation. So let's get on the episode. When we last left the clones were stuck in a room with Echo, with the droids closing in. Anakin and Bad Batch try to hold off the droids whilst Tech tries to free Echo from the computer that he's stuck in, because all the cables attached to Echo are keeping him alive. So Tech has to, slice in and cut the cables off him, basically. Rex is also worried about Echo because he looks pretty bad, and yeah, he does look really, really bad. So whatever the droids have done to him, got to be beyond torture. And again, you can have scenes that push the limit of violent. I mean, again, you can just say it looks okay, it doesn't look too scary for kids. But neither did the other scene with the Poltak getting, disintegrated. It was just a little scene. And I know that's something I should really get off that topic, but it's annoying. It really is. Anyway, where was I? Anakin then pretty much goes to find out what's happening. Tech tells him what's going on. You've got Crosshair and Wrecker pretty much destroying the droids outside. It gets too much for them. Then Hunter gets Crosshair and Wrecker back into the room. They shut the door. They pretty much try to seal it. And they seal the second door as well. Tambor then arrives with the other group. With the other two guys he's with. And the droids tell him they're stuck in a room and we can't get in there. So he brings in his new droid. And this is what I'm talking about by not explaining what this droid is. Because they don't. Tambor pretty much just sends the droid in fast as you like. Why wouldn't... I mean, the scene where he threatens the clones with the fucking device matters. It shows what the droid is capable of. And it shows Anakin pretty much telling Tambor that's, not right what you did to that top Poltak. I know, it would explain better in the episode. The real episode, not this one. But yeah, that scene is needed. But anyway, the football droid slices through the first door. Clones tell Anakin they need to find a way out of here. Tech manages to free Echo from the computer. Echo then tells the group that there's a way out of the room. It's through a bunch of tunnels in the ceiling. So Echo opens the door to the ceiling. Wrecker then begins to throw everybody up to the hole in the roof. Doesn't throw up Anakin because Anakin can jump. He jumps, and then Wrecker puts out a bunch of bombs to destroy Tambor's science experiment. Now, how the fuck does Wrecker know it's a science experiment? Because in this episode that wasn't fucked up with, Tambor explains that. But in this episode, doesn't explain that. So how would Wrecker know that this is Tambor's experiment? How does he know this is not something they've been using for years? Again, taking a scene out like that damages the episode. So Wrecker puts out a bunch of bombs to blow it up. Anakin pulls him up. The football droid cuts through the last door, heads into the middle of the ceiling. This light show then begins to happen. And again, if you've not seen the original version, you probably don't understand what the hell those light things do. And then you have a stupid scene where Wrecker's going crazy because they pretty much realise in this episode they kind of have to explain that the ball droid is dangerous. Well, the scene that you cut out did. Oh man. Why didn't you just have Tambor explain the fucking droid to them at least? At least, if you're not going to have the torture scene, at least have Tambor explain it to Anakin. You don't need to cut the entire scene. You don't. But, this is Disney Lucasfilm. They just don't care. Oh, man. So the droid's lightning starts looking around. Then Anakin pulls Wrecker. They close the door. Bombs blow up. and the football droid dies. So there you go. Tambor goes into the room. He gets pretty pissed off that all of his computers are destroyed and all his research is gone, all the money and time, normal crap these psychos talk about. They're in the tunnels now, Bad Batch and Anakin. Tech kind of says that this is how they're keeping all the computers cooled down, because as you know, computers need a lot of cooling if you use them a lot. And then Echo kind of says that there's a way out of here, but it's over this what is it called, platform thing. And as we know, Wrecker hates heights, so they go over the platform one by one. Wrecker makes a joke like, I'm not going to look down. Tech says, don't bring me down with you. Then the droid attack. Anakin, holds off the ones at the front, whilst the ones at the back, Wrecker's kind of firing a few shots at. Crosshair falls off. Wrecker manages to jump down and grab him and catch himself before he completely plummets down. Then Tech gets an idea that there's only one way to get off here. We need to fly. He calls out the beasts with his computer thing. The beasts arrive. They all jump on one each. They think they've got away. Turns out these weird looking droids, and I didn't mention the droids last time, I don't think, but yeah, those droids look really weird. But anyway, those droids can fly, so there's a chase scene. The droids chased the Bad Batch, but they managed to outrun them. Some of the droids bash into stuff, the normal stuff that happens in sort of these chases in Star Wars. And then they all go back to the Poltex camp. Now when they arrive there, the Poltex pretty much are annoyed because you promised not to bring the war to them. And then Rex kind of explains to them, listen, we didn't want to come back, but look what they did to our friend. We've got to fight together. And I'm sorry, it's just that scene beforehand, the one with the Poltex getting killed. I can remember, I think in the episode where I didn't fuck with, that I think they even explained that to the Poltex. That's why you should fight with us, because because Tambor thinks he controls you. I mean, he owns you all. I think that's why they fought with them. But now the Poltex are going to fight with the clones because they screwed up one of their clones. That makes sense. That doesn't make sense. I think if this is realistic, the Poltex would just say, okay, they screwed one of your people. Why am I going to let all my people get killed for you? Like, we don't want your war here. We're not in this. So, yeah, it didn't really make sense why the Poltex help them. I mean, you could say they're happy to help, but it doesn't really make sense to me. But anyway, the Poltex agreed to help. Droids come in, first wave. They beat the first wave back. The droids pretty much tell Tambor where he is. I mean, where the clones are. Tambor then says, alright, take the experimental walker droids with you and kill all the clones. So they do. They go back. They're all Bad Batch and Anakin are waiting for them. They then open fire on the droids. They beat the droids. Then the two walker droids come out and land, start firing. They're pretty much overwhelming the Poltex and the clones. So Anakin decides to attack one of the walkers, whilst Rex will attack the other. Now when Rex does go to attack one, he kind of realises he needs to get up on the top to damage the droid. Wrecker then throws him up. They have a little joke scene there. Wrecker then saves the Poltex leader, who's trying to save one of his people. He grabs the walker leg, stops it from crushing the person. It's a crushing scene. It crushes the ground around Wrecker, but he manages to hold the foot up. So Anakin manages to destroy one of the walkers. Rex and the Bad Batch destroy the walker's eyepieces around the head, and then they bump into each other and explode. And then the day is won, and the droids go back to Tambor and pretty much tell him, yeah, we fucking lost. What do we want us to do? And they pretty much say, should we tell the Separatists that we've lost the algorithm? But Tambor, who is a ruthless man who doesn't want to admit to the Separatists he's kind of fucked up, says, let's not tell the Seps yet. Let's see how we can recruit our losses on this deal. And then that scene ends. Now I gotta say, why wouldn't Tech, I don't know, send a droid force to help or guarantee that the algorithm still works? It seems a bit odd that this, because I know what's going to happen next, but it just seems like, why would the Separatists take your word for it? Why wouldn't they ask for proof and that? So I don't know, but that scene ends. We go back to the Poltax village. Poltax pretty much say thank you for helping us, and if you Jedi will always be welcome here. Anakin says thank you. Echo says it's glad to be back, and Rex thanks Rex for coming back for him, and he says, "You're my brother. Of course I'm coming back for you." And then the episode ends. So I'm gonna be honest, because I've been honest all fucking way through. I don't know what I'm saying there, but yes, the episode. I mean, the scene they took out of the episode damages the episode. It just does, for no reason, by the way. I mean, for God's sake, kids have already watched the last couple of seasons of Clone Wars. Like, even my fucking little sister and my nieces, not nieces, hold on, cousins, even my little cousins have watched the Clone Wars, and there's worse stuff they can see on some of those episodes. And I because in the UK we don't have Disney Plus yet, have they done anything to any other episodes of the Clone Wars? And I'm going to try and find that out, because something tells me they might have screwed around with older episodes of the Clone Wars, if this is what they're doing to the new ones. But I'm going to give it my rating now. I'm going to give it... I want to give it a 6, but it was still a good episode. It's just that one scene. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm giving this episode a 6, because taking out that scene was just dumb, and it's an insult to Star Wars fans. We're not children, and even children have seen worse stuff. Again, video games, Call of Duty, worse stuff has been shown to them. So, yes, I'm giving it a 6. I do hope they haven't screwed around with other episodes, but it does look like they are Disneyfying the Clone Wars, and that's a bad thing. But that is my opinion. If you like the video, give it a like. If you don't like the video, give me a dislike. And if you do not agree with me, please tell me. Tell me why I'm wrong about the whole torture scene being taken out was a good thing. Because I believe that's a bad thing, because it took a lot out of the episode, and in my opinion, that is bad. But that's my opinion. And also, if you like my videos, please think about subscribing to my channel. This is Entertainment Mode Soldier. Bye.